What's up, everybody? Week 12 in the books. Week 13 is here. And man, we have a crazy week ahead of us. A lot of playoff scenarios, which I'm going to jump into. I was crunching the numbers, doing my math. And man, we got a lot of possibilities, and we got a lot of teams that can clinch this week. Let's just jump right into it. First matchup, Eli, two-time Super Bowl MVP, going against Team Deal. It was bad enough that last week I incorrectly called Team Deal a Dallas Cowboys fan. My apologies. I was corrected to find out that he's actually a Washington Redskins fan. I mean, that being said, there's not much difference. Cowboys, Redskins, they're both crap. Listen, G-Men, baby, all day. But then you got the SmackDown, man. I had my biggest week of the year, dropping 162 points. My man Fournette having a huge game. 162 to 110. Moves me to 500. I got a 2-game winning streak. I'm 6-6. Team Deal drops down to 6-6 on a 2-game losing streak. And outside the playoff bubble. Well, yes. Next matchup. Colin Kaepernick versus Legendary Giant. And watch out, guys. But Colin Kaepernick with the win, 121 to 86, goes to 5-7, and actually has a chance to make the playoffs. How crazy is that? Goes to 5-7. Juan, you've been officially eliminated. You still got a shot to get the draft pick in the consolation draft, in the consolation prize bracket. Drops down to 3-9. Then we have Flying Buffalo Wings going against Ridley's, believe it or not, and a 145 to 94 drubbing. Flying Buffalo Wings, Alex on the tail with his 4th win in a row. The defending champs go 8-4. Ridley, man, dropping down, man, 7-4-1. Just like Calvin Ridley on the field, he's not there. Nor is his team, man. Marty, man, you're dropping down, bro. You're dropping down. Next up, Gotham Knights versus Bad Boys. A big matchup that had a lot of future playoff implications. And Gotham Knights with the 123-114 win moves into 6-6, is in prime position to make the playoffs. Bad Boys now needs a little help as they drop down to 5-7. Next matchup, Bushwick Hitmen versus NC 8000. The battle of the top two teams. And Bubba with the win, the 128-100 win, moves into the number 1 slot at 9-3. Drops Marco down to 8-4 and slides down to the number 4 spot in the standings. Injuries has hit Marco hard. Let's see if he can regroup. Bubba, you're on a tear right now, 5-game winning streak. Like I said, top of the leaderboard. Then we have Frank's Jets versus Brooklyn Giants, the battle of the worst. And my bro-in-law, Frank's Jets, finally gets a win. In this third battle of the worst, he finally pulls the win, 126 to 100. Moves him up to 3-9 and out of the last place slot. Will, you drop down to 3-9 and you holding down the cellar. And then the last matchup, we have Ojomeister versus Steele and the other hottest team in the league, my cousin from Florida. Ojomeister with the 120-83 win over Steele boosts him up to 8-3-1 in the number 2 spot right now. Steele now is on that bubble, 6-6 with a lot of other teams. So we look at the standings now. Like I said, Bushwick Hitman 9-3, Ojomeister 8-3-1, Flying Buffalo Wings in third with 8-4. 3 teams that have won at least 4 more games in a row. And then you start seeing the teams that start getting to the decline. NC 8000, Ridley's, believe it or not, with losing streaks going on right now. I'm currently in 6th place. Talk about a jump from outside the bubble into the mix. Followed by Steel Current and Gotham Knights with Team Deal on the outside looking in. After a good start for Danny, man, just, dropping down, man, dropping down. But it's all right, though. Because this week, there's some matchups this week that's going to determine playoff spots. All right, so here we go, right? Before we jump into this week's games, let's look at the playoff spots. Ridley, if you win, you're in. But even if you lose, if there's a loss by Eli, 2-time Super MVP, Steel Current, Gotham Knights, or Team Deal, if any one of those 4 teams lose, Ridley's, believe it or not, it's in the playoffs. So, I mean, unless like everything falls down that way where all the teams that are supposed to win, you're in. Then we have Team 8000. Marco, you're in with either a win or a team deal loss. If team deal loses, you're in. Because, back in week 10, which I don't know how team deal beats you, but like I said, if they lose, you're in. Flying Buffalo Wings, the defending champs. Alex, you're in with a win, or if I lose this week, or if Gotham Knights loses this week. If either one of us lose this week, you're in, regardless if you win or not. Now we come to me. For me to get in the playoffs this week, I need a win, and I need either a Steele curtain loss or a team deal loss. If I win and either one of those teams loses, I'm in the playoffs. Steel curtain, if you win and Gotham Knight or team deal loses, you're in the playoffs. So you need a win and a Gotham Knight loss or a team deal loss. And Terry, if you want to get in the playoffs this week, you need to win, and you either need me to lose or you need team deal to lose. That's the playoff scenarios for this week of who could get in. Team deal, you're not on that list because you've lost to all the people ahead of you, so you need help. A win alone is not going to get you in, or a win in a team from Gotham Knights, Steel Current, and Eli so MVP doesn't get you in because we all hold tiebreakers against you. So that's what's going on right now this week. So a lot of teams can get to the playoffs this week, so a lot of this stuff can be decided this week. We can have our full 8 teams decided by this week. It's going to be craziness. Let's go to this week's matchups. Eli, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, going against my son, my protege, Colin Kaepernick. And Jordan, I love you, man. Look, you're my son. But I'm going to beat your ass this week, man. I got to win. I got to get in. It's the legend right here. I'm going for number 3. I said it from the beginning of the season. That's what this has all been for. My 3rd championship. So I got to knock you out. I'm sorry. I love you. And you can learn from this. You can learn from this in the future when you go on to bigger and better things in fantasy football. You can take this lesson with you. That your father beat your ass this week to get in the playoffs. Good luck. Next matchup, Flying Buffalo Wings versus Team Deal. And, wow, I mean, it's going to be a great matchup. Whoever wins, listen, Alex, you win, you're in. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to this. I know you said if you win or someone else lost, but I just realized that you're going against Team Deal. So you just need to win. You need to win, and you're in. Gotham Knights versus Legendary Giant. And Terry, man, you know what you need to do. We have Bushwick Hitman against Ridley's, believe it or not. And, man, Bubba's riding high. Bubba wants that number 1 seed, so good matchup. Brooklyn Giants versus Bad Boys. Family members going at each other. Bad Boys needs the win to stay alive, but it just, still needs a lot of things to fall in his place for him to make a run. And, Will, you're just done, man. Ojomeister against Team 8000. My cousin trying to stay on top of the leaderboard, trying to, solidify that number 2 standing and possibly sneak into that number 1 spot if Bushwick Hitman fails. Marco's just trying to stay alive and, just hopefully, can make through even with all the injuries that he's received. And then the last matchup, Steel Curtain versus Frank's Jets. Frank is just playing spoiler. Steel Curtain needs this win if they want to stay alive. So, man, it's great matchups this week, man. And it's going to be fun to watch to see how everything unfolds. Team spotlights, I mean, we're down to, I'm going to do the final 3 teams all at once just because they're relatively new, so there's not much information on them. But I pretty much, I've covered, after this I would have covered every team. So I just want to thank again everybody, for participating in my league and for, just being a part of this for the last 10 years. It's been a lot of fun. And, hopefully as we continue to move this forward, we can add some more changes, make it more exciting, make it more interactive. That being said, let's jump right in. Steel Curtain came into the league last year, Ariel. And huge Steelers fan from what I hear. I've actually never met Ariel. Came into the league last year. She finished with a 6-7 record in 12th place. This year, she's battling for a playoff spot. She's matched last year's win total already with 6 wins this season. And hopefully is looking to do better and make it to the playoffs. So, Ariel, thank you for joining the league. Thank you for playing. Then we have Ojomeister, my cousin, who is funny. You know, I saw him like 2 years ago. It was celebrating my 40th, and we were talking about fantasy football, and I didn't realize that he was a big fantasy guy. And I told him the next time a slot opens, I'll bring you on. And that's what happened this year. And holy crap, took it by storm, man. 8-3-1 record, man. Doing very well, man. First year playing in the league, riding a nice little 5-game winning streak, doing his thing. Has also made some history in this league. First time in this league, which he was a part of. Most points in a season. So really making your mark on the first year, man. So Ojo, thank you again for joining my league and for your great competitor, as we can see. And then we have Ridley, believe it or not, Marty, new employee who started with us this year. Also, very knowledgeable when it came to fantasy football. Saw that early with the pickups right away, as soon as the draft was over. You started off with a 7-4-1 record. You're also a part of history with the first time in this league. You also doing well your first season. And, man, it's been a pleasure playing with you guys. I mean, listen, I think that's what makes this fun is when everyone's participating, everybody's really, getting into this. And this season, we've had a very, very competitive season this year. And, it's good to see. It's good to see, like, right now, in the 2 weeks before the end of the season, and we still got 11 teams in the mix. So it's nice, man. Good luck, everybody, this week. This is, like I said, this is it. This is going to determine who's going to be going in. Jordan, again, my apologies for this ass I'm about to give you. You guys have a good week. G-Man, even though we don't have Daniel Jones starting today, it's all right, I just hope Tua goes off on the Giants. Listen, I'm a Giant fan, but I've already said I want them to get high draft picks because this is not a team that's going to win this year. And I need Tua and Waddle to get busy for my fantasy team. So I love my Giants, but today I'm going to be rooting for some points. Yeah. I don't care. I mean, Dolphins going to lose. I just want Tua to go off for like 350, 400 yards and 3-4 touchdowns. 2-3 of those touchdowns to Waddle, and I'll be good. The Giants win 38-35. I'll be good with that. All right. You guys have a good week. Talk to you guys soon. G-Man.